Hello, hello, hello. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom with Keto and other food plans. And this is Lavazza Perfetto. It's on sale, and I tried it and I loved it, and I got a second bag. So there you go. Someone asked me to stand up so you could see kind of what I look like. So, okay, here I go. This is me, Sarah P. Okay, that's that. It's not about your body, it's about your head, what you eat, how you feel, and seeking contentment in this crazy, crazy, stressful, over the top world we live in. So, I have a question for you. What if you found me because you were doing the keto food plan and it worked and you lost some weight, you lost some inches, you felt great, you really cleaned up your health, your lab numbers came back, and the doctor was like not beating you up like they so want to do? Here, have another script. They don't tell you to eat right. They don't tell you it could be grains, it could be sugar, maybe too much fruit. They just want to give you another script because let's face it, that's what's funding the whole deal, right? Pharma. And if they can't get it with the vaccines, they need to find some more scripts, and you see the stuff on TV. Well, anyway, that's a road I didn't want to go down. So, my question to you is, what if you started watching me because you were doing keto? It was successful. You learned a lot about foods and additives and things you want, you don't want, things that made you sleep like a baby, things that made you wake up and toss and turn, just things along the way that, you know, you learned and you benefited from. And there's some things that you incorporate into your food plan today that you never, ever, ever would have if you hadn't tried keto or intermittent fasting or OMAD, or like what I do at this point is clean intermittent fasting. That's that's my food plan. And what I eat fits into my OMAD, and it just works for me. I've been able to maintain my weight. I'm not necessarily weighing and measuring. I'm not necessarily, gold or, excuse me, brass halo keto. I'm probably not. I'm keto with fill in the blanks. I know a lot of you are keto with fill in the blanks. I know people that now enjoy pasta. I know people that now enjoy bread. I know people that have desserts. I know people that do their food plan their way. Maybe I shouldn't be calling it keto. I don't know. I mean, what I eat is what works for me, and just trusting the process. And that's what I encourage you to do. Trust your process of finding what works for you. So if you're trying to get back on track and you had a keto food plan and you were strict, disciplined, structured, it worked, you lost weight, and you kind of went off track a little bit, and now you want to get on track. What if on track isn't the same keto anymore? Just saying. What if your food plan is uh doesn't have a name, so there's no label on your forehead? I'm keto, I'm carnivore, I'm whatever, vegetarian, I'm vegan, I'm, meat except for no meat except for on Sundays. What what if your label was, you know, no information available, or it's my own damn business, or something like that? What if what you were doing works for you, but you're always tweaking, you're always figuring out, like even down to, hmm, when I take my vitamins or my supplements or my whatevers at night or after my OMAD, I feel better. What if I stop taking them in the morning and I get that little tummy thing going? which just says to me, oh, my tummy, no, it wants to have it with food. What if you listen to somebody that says, take your supplements with food? They digest and metabolize better. You're always going to be able to find somebody with an opinion that fits what you're hoping they say, right? And so I'm here to tell you that um, I was just thinking of a rather crude thing about opinions, but we all have one about certain things. And what works for me might not in a dog's life in a million years work for you, but it works for me. What if something that you do works for you? I know plenty of my closest, nearest, and dearest personal emails. We've never met face to face. It all began with this keto channel. They're the dearest women in my life. You know who you are. Did something that really wasn't as much keto anymore as something that they discovered works for them. Maybe moderation, maybe a little something something all the time. Maybe they went from a loaded coffee to black coffee and it was the best thing that ever happened to them. They began to look forward to the flavors. Maybe they upgraded their coffee choices to like an organic or, a darker roast or a blonder roast or a medium roast or a light roast. Maybe they gave up coffee altogether because they found that it didn't like their tummy didn't like it anymore. Maybe they switched to tea. Maybe you find that having a flavored soda water saves you from having what you might consider a no-no or a naughty or not on your grass list, as the government says, GRAS, generally regarded as safe list. We are all so different. Why wouldn't we have different ways of eating, of digesting, of processing, of being comfortable, of losing weight, of maintaining a weight loss? Why wouldn't it all, be different? We are different. We are unicorns, and not in that entitled bratty way, but we are all Goldilocks. I like my things a certain way. Just like how you might like your steak cooked or your fish cooked or your bread or maybe pasta al dente. I don't know. Maybe you like a certain vegetable raw. The thought of it sauteed or steamed like makes you go, ooh. We're all different. And why not vivre la différence, right? Love the difference, appreciate the difference. We learn from each other. We are all works in progress till the last day you're allowed to eat before they put you on, you know, one of those tube feeding things, right? We still like to have choices and we still like to enjoy and love and adore what we call food. To me, it's sacred. When I get an organic, foxy cauliflower, it's like, I know it sounds odd, but it's like a precious, sacred thing to me. When I go into Whole Foods and they have organic asparagus and I treat ourselves to it, no, it doesn't taste different. I usually don't buy organic asparagus, but say I did, say they were just the right size. Sometimes I like skinny, sometimes I like thick ones, sometimes Goldilocks likes them just that regular size, a little bit bigger than a pencil, you know. And so to me, food is great. Like when I buy the clamshell container of baby butter lettuce, oh, I love it. And I love that my stomach can handle it now. I still am bloated all night, but it's not like I need to put on, a size sub-zero silk gown that I'm going to wear braless at an awards show on TV. No. So if I get a little bloated from having some lettuce, oh well, I love my baby butter lettuce by Olivia's. I just do. I love other things too that mean a lot to me, that work in my food plan. I'm a volume eater, so when I sit down to my OMAD, it is after 23, 24 hours of the clean intermittent fasting. So I sit down and I feast. Sometimes I put a little butter on my meat. I like that. Sometimes I put a little extra dressing in my, bowl, whether it's a regular size salad or a big A salad, I just sometimes I put well, I do put my slivered almonds and my craisins, low sugar, on my salad. It's a treat. So are feta crumbles. It's a treat. That's what works for me. Maybe you love your blue cheese crumbles on your salad. Maybe you have Marie's Ranch. Maybe there's just a certain thing that you deprived yourself of for all the years that you did keto, and you go, I kind of miss that. I'm going to see if it works. I think that's what I've been doing for the last 9 months, seeing if something works. After doing carnivore, I missed my veg. I began to include them. And then other things. Some people might miss like a panko coating on top of their fish that they have, and they've really missed it. If it was me, I'd have a little panko coating just because life is too short to want to deprive yourself of what works for you. If something is a trigger item and it could cause a binge, it's really, it's like never safe, never allowed in your home because one taste and it's gone. Well, those foods will remain over there on the shelf, maybe in the freezer, because you know that one and done never works, right? So there's those foods that you can never ever go near again. But what about some of the other things? You know, what if you loved Green Giant seasoned sauced veggies and it's like you stayed away from them because we talk about certain additives and certain things. If you're like me, hey, I'm 71. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Things that I probably didn't have when I was doing strict, structured, disciplined keto 8 years ago, I wouldn't dream of ever having again. And now it's like, whatever. Like it's like I've made it this far. I mean, look at people. What we see, what I see is more of, obesity, of the oxygen with the tubes working in the grocery store. I see people that have, done some damage to their body and they're paying a price as they're older and they probably take a lot of meds. Some of them make you gain weight. It's not a fun situation. I'm talking about just, enjoying foods that were before on the forbidden never again list. If you've gotten your body to a place that you're comfortable with, hey, I'm a size such and such. This still works for me. All my clothes are that size. I'm not going to be running down the beach in a bikini with no jiggle. It's just not going to happen. So I'm comfortable with who I am, where I am, and every now and then I have this allowance in my food plan, and it works, and I don't overdo it. Sometimes things don't work. That's how we learn, right? You can be a work in process in your 70s and go, wow, who knew? I didn't know that. I can make a dessert out of a yogurt. I can add some things, take away some things, and it feels good. I can have a something something that works in my food plan, and I don't go crazy, and I'm not up in the middle of the night. Certain things could make me up in the middle of the night and dumpster diving, or I should say trash bucket diving out of my kitchen. I know I can't go near those things anymore. It's just game over. A lot of things are game over, but some things might not be. So don't deprive yourself, and just like that for the sake of deprivation. Enjoy it. There is so much stress today. I mean, pick it. The weather, the health, the threat, the things that are going on with people, the sadness that we see on the news, if you still watch it, just enjoy what you have today. It's that little block just for today. And if you're clean, your hair is clean, your laundry's clean, your house is clean, your food is good, and you have your routine, it's down, it's in order, and it makes you feel better. It makes you feel okay. It makes you feel content, my favorite word. Then go with it. Don't fight every single day about what you put in your mouth. That's crazy. So if you're keto with, use that with, call it wisdom. I'm keto, except that I have such and such every now and then, maybe a couple of times a week. Who knows? It works. I'm happy. I'm content. And I hope the same for you too. I'm so glad you're here. Your getting back on track could be a little bit different than the keto that you began all those years ago when it first hit us, right? And you met me. It could be different, but that's okay. Staying in your lane with what works for you without the titles and the structure, or not, I don't mean the structure, I mean without the titles and the you must never. Don't do that to you. No shoulding on you. Enjoy life for what it gives you, because we don't know what's going to happen the next day, right? So enjoy, be content, and stay on your track, not the track. No beating yourselves up. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah. Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto and you fill in the blank. Bye-bye for now.